Lewis Hamilton in his Ferrari SF26 had just set the fastest lap of the entire week. After a cautious start to their program, where the team focused solely on data correlation after missing the first day, this searing final run was a stunning declaration of intent. It has raised hopes within the tifosi that Ferrari might finally have a car capable of fighting at the very front. But in the world of preseason testing, a headline lap time is never the full story. We need to break down the details of this run, analyze the context, and understand what this truly means for Ferrari's chances in 2026. But before we do that, if you're serious about understanding the engineering war that defines modern F1, this is the time to subscribe. We're not just reporting the news, we're explaining the why behind it. Hit that subscribe button to get the expert-level detail that separates the casual fan from the true insider. Let's start with the lap itself. On Friday afternoon, in the final hours of the test, Hamilton bolted on a set of the softest compound Pirelli tires, the C5 ES, and produced a blistering time of 1 minute 16.348. This was not only the fastest time of the day, but also eclipsed the previous benchmark set by Red Bull's Max Verstappen earlier in the week. On the surface, this is a huge psychological victory for Ferrari. It demonstrates that the SF26 possesses genuine one-lap, peak performance. The car looked sharp and responsive, with onboard footage showing Hamilton attacking the curbs with a confidence that was often missing during his difficult 2025 season. He himself reported that the team had made good progress throughout the week, culminating in this final performance run. However, we must apply a healthy dose of testing skepticism. A fast lap in testing is often referred to as a glory run, a low-fuel, soft-tire attempt designed more for headlines and morale than for genuine data gathering. It is highly probable that Hamilton's lap was set with the bare minimum of fuel in the tank, perhaps as little as 10 kilograms, just enough for an out lap, a flying lap, and an in lap. The purpose of such a run is to understand the car's absolute limit on a single lap, which is valuable data for qualifying simulations. It allows the engineers to see if their simulation data on peak grip correlates with the real world. But it tells us very little about the car's performance over a full race distance, its tire degradation, or how it behaves with a full 100-kilogram fuel load. A car that is fast on low fuel can sometimes be a tire eater in race trim, or its aerodynamic platform might become unstable in the turbulent air of traffic. The physics behind this is straightforward. A car that is 100 kilograms lighter, due to having less fuel, is not only faster on the straights, but also places significantly less load on the tires through the corners. This lower load means the tires operate in a different temperature window and degrade much more slowly. Furthermore, the car's entire balance shifts. The ride height can be run lower and the suspension can be set up much stiffer, optimizing it for a single perfect lap. This setup would be completely unworkable over a 66-lap race, where the car must be compliant enough to handle a changing fuel load and manage tire wear. While the lap is undeniably encouraging, it is not definitive proof that Ferrari has the best overall package. What is perhaps more revealing is the context surrounding the lap. Throughout the week, Ferrari's program was methodical. After their delayed start, they spent Tuesday and Wednesday on longer runs with harder compound tires like the C2 and C3, their car adorned with aerodynamic rakes to measure airflow. They were not chasing headline times. This structured approach suggests that Friday's fast lap was a planned end-of-test sign-off. It indicates that the team was happy with the fundamental behavior of the car and felt confident enough to finally unleash its potential. This progression from methodical data gathering to outright performance is a sign of a well-executed test program. It shows they are not chasing a setup or trying to solve a fundamental problem. They are following a plan. This disciplined approach is a positive reflection on the leadership of Fred Vasseur and a sign that the team is operating with a new level of strategic clarity. This positive feeling was echoed in Hamilton's comments after the test. He spoke of a winning mentality building within the team, praising the focus and motivation he has seen at Maranello. This is a significant shift in tone from the frustrations of 2025. It suggests that the driver and team are beginning to gel and that Hamilton feels he has a car that is responding to his inputs. For a driver who thrives on confidence and a positive team environment, this psychological boost is just as important as any data point. It signals that the partnership is finally beginning to unlock the potential that everyone has been waiting for, and that Hamilton feels he has the tools to fight for his 8th world title. But Ferrari was not the only team to show impressive progress on the final day. The reigning champions, McLaren, also had a very strong end to their test week. After a disastrous start plagued by hydraulic issues that saw them lose almost all of day 2, the Woking team bounced back impressively. Oscar Piastri finished the final day second on the timesheets, just 0.03 of a second behind Hamilton. Crucially, Piastri's lap was set on the C4 tire compound. This is a critical piece of data. The performance delta, or time difference between the C4 and the C5 tire compounds, is estimated by Pirelli to be around 4 to 5/10 of a second per lap at Barcelona. If we apply this correction, Piastri's fuel-corrected lap time is theoretically faster than Hamilton's. This suggests that the McLaren MCL39 has formidable one-lap pace, even without resorting to the softest, stickiest rubber available. It hints that McLaren may have more performance in hand than their final lap time suggests. Furthermore, after their initial reliability woes, McLaren completed a significant number of laps in the final days, including several long runs that appeared consistent and quick. This indicates that they have gotten on top of their early problems and that their title-defending challenger has a strong, reliable foundation. While Ferrari took the headline, McLaren quietly demonstrated that they are, without a doubt, still the team to beat. Their recovery from a difficult start shows the operational sharpness and resilience of a championship-winning organization. The contrast between the Ferrari and McLaren programs is fascinating. Ferrari started late, methodically built up their understanding, and finished with a headline-grabbing flourish to boost morale and validate their peak performance. McLaren started with a stumble, fixed their problems with impressive efficiency, and ended with a lap that was, on closer inspection, just as potent as Ferrari's, if not more so. This sets the stage for a tantalizing battle at the front. A battle of philosophies between a resurgent Ferrari and a resilient McLaren. We also cannot discount the other major players who chose a different strategy for the final day. Red Bull, after setting the pace early in the week with their radical zero-pod car, focused their final day entirely on long-run race simulations. Max Verstappen and Isaac Hadjar were seen completing multiple stints of 15 to 20 laps at a time, on harder tire compounds, with their lap times remaining remarkably consistent. This is the quiet confidence of a team that believes it already understands its one-lap pace and is now focusing on the more important task of winning races. They are gathering the crucial data on tire degradation and fuel consumption that will be vital for strategy on a Sunday afternoon. Their lack of a headline time on Friday should be seen not as a lack of pace, but as a sign of strength. Similarly, Mercedes also dedicated their final day to high fuel running, accumulating a massive amount of mileage throughout the week and topping the overall lap charts. Their conservative, reliability-focused approach may be hiding their true performance. By ensuring their car is bulletproof first, they build a solid platform upon which they can add performance throughout the season. This methodical approach is what won them so many championships, and it would be foolish to underestimate them. They remain a dangerous dark horse. So, where does this leave us? Hamilton's fastest lap is a hugely positive and important sign for Ferrari. It proves that the SF26 has the raw, peak performance necessary to compete at the front in qualifying. It has boosted morale within the team and validated their methodical test plan after a rocky start. However, the impressive, tire-corrected pace of the reigning champions, McLaren, combined with the ominous long-run focus of Red Bull and Mercedes, means that no one at Maranello can afford to be complacent. The evidence from this first test suggests that while Ferrari has certainly joined the party, the fight at the front is going to be incredibly close. The 2026 season is not shaping up to have one dominant team, but rather a fascinating four-way battle between a resurgent Ferrari, a resilient McLaren, a radical Red Bull, and a methodical Mercedes. Hamilton's lap wasn't a knockout blow, but it was a clear and powerful statement. Ferrari is back in the fight,